I did a lot of traveling with Johnny.
Well, what's happening to Johnny Winter now, anyway?
He's doing great. His album, Guitar Slinger, is doing real well. And he got nominated for a Grammy, too, in the same category as us.
Is that right?
Yeah. Best Traditional Blues Recording. So he's doing real good. I talked to him last week, in fact. We're good friends.
I know one thing that one person you're always compared with, of course, is Jimi Hendrix. I'm sure you're sick to death not to hear of the comparison.
Well, the comparison part, it's flattering in some ways, but there's only one Jimi Hendrix. I'm just glad to be able to be influenced by his music in his life.
Did you listen to him when he was still alive?
Yeah, I never get to see him live in person, but I've always listened to him, liked him a lot. Wait a minute.
What are you doing there, son?
I'm going to die sick.
It seemed kind of risky to do like a cover of Voodoo Child because of all their comparisons, though.
Well, we wanted to put him to rest.
Plus he's been nominated for a Grammy on that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah,
That's
that's rock. Instrumental.
Is that right? Instrumental,
Well,
but
instrumental, the instrumental sections of the song.
Yeah, you're saying it's a vocal.
Instrumentalist.
Instrumentalist. Okay.
See, we didn't ever do that song with the intention of
Ripping
trying to rival Jimi Hendrix or anything like that. We did it out of respect because we love the song.
Sure did.
And plus, we can play it.
Right.
Why Voodoo Child, though, as opposed to other ones?
Why not?
There's something special about that one to you?
Well,
We played it better.
we recorded several Hendrix songs actually.
Was that right? What other ones did you do?
Little Wing. We did instrumental though. And Third Stone from the Song.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Part 2.
Yeah, come on.
We might do that again.
Testify. Right?
Yeah, to Testify, which was a George Clinton song with Hendrix playing guitar on it.
Is that right?
With the Isley Brothers, yeah.
That's good.
I want to testify. We just did the bridge over and over.
Yeah.
That's basically all we do is the bridge over and over.
It's not like you have your Hendrix time. You listen to a lot of records?
Yeah.
Like, what have been your favorite albums over the years?
God, there's no way to say which was a favorite of him.
I mean, not just him, but I mean all artists. God. Like, what sort of people?
My favorite albums, I couldn't say one.
I mean, not one, just like several.
Howlin' Wolf, anything he ever put out. Johnny Copeland, anything he puts out. Elmore James, Lightning Slim, Lightning Hopkins, Albert King, who's one of my favorite people in the world. I like my brother's music a lot, a whole lot. Fabulous Thunderbirds are incredible. I like Room Full of Blues a lot. Oh my God, Albert Collins, B.B. King, Django Reinhardt, Kenny Burrell, Wes Montgomery, Grant Green.
I thought of a particular album. It's My Life.
Yeah, It's My Life, Buddy Guy, and Junior Wells. I like Buddy Guy a lot. A lot. Hubert Sumlin's one of my favorite people in the world, too. Hubie. I call him my little brother, Hubie Ray.
He's
so
my dad.
we're exactly the same size. Hubert and I, we wear the same size hat and everything.
I think of him as my dad.
He's my little brother.
Have you had a chance to play with? Have you had a chance to play with many of these people?
Oh, yeah, all of them.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Like when and how?
Well, I hadn't got a chance to play with Lightning Slim, but I don't know where he'd be. Just through the years, just here and there. A lot of times we get to play with a lot of these people at Antone's.
Antone's being
in Austin. It's a blues club. It's the only place in the world that I know of that you can go on any given Monday night, just at random, and have a real good chance of seeing Buddy Guy, Jimmy Rogers, Hubert Sumlin, Mel Brown, Denny Freeman, Angela Straley, my brother, Derek O'Brien. I mean, all these people at once. You know, so can you imagine seeing Buddy Guy, Jimmy Rogers, Hubert Sumlin, Eddie Taylor, all on stage at one time? And this is any good. You know, it's just nothing to walk in there on a Monday night and see that.
Is that because of the area? Is that because it's Texas?
It's in Austin. Well, these are mostly Chicago people. And they just come down. They like the club, and the club likes them, and the people like them. And it's just a big party. You know, the club closes supposedly at 2:00. But it's real easy to go in there at 3:30 or 4:30 in the morning on Monday night and it's still going on. Or in fact, any night of the week. They just take the drinks up.
Yeah, and keep on playing.
And keep on going, yeah.
You got to take out your own little flask and work on that.
Well, you got to hide it real good, too.
Yeah, you hide it real good. Clifford Antone is the guy who runs the place, the Antones. He's done a lot to really keep blues.
Yeah, he really has. He's a really good cat. And now his new thing is to buy it. He's got 3 apartments full of guitars. He buys all these vintage guitars and just gives them to whoever likes them the most.
Jeez.
You know?
Patron of the arts.
Yeah.
Huh.
The other day I went to the club and walked in and saw this case I'd never seen before, opened it up and went, wow, what's this? You know, tuned it up and went and played it. Walked off stage, he goes, you like that guitar? Merry Christmas. You know, it was a 1940s K, you know, just unbelievable guitar.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You're only 29 years old though, right?
30, just turned 30.
But the thing is, if you're 40 years old, I can understand, you know about all these guys and idolizing them. But is it that common for, say, like a guy in Texas to...
More so nowadays than I mean, more so now for younger kids to be listening to the blues and rhythm and blues and soul music than it was probably 10 years ago.
Is that right? Well, why so?
Because it's been helped along to the mainstream again. You know, instead of being pushed aside, it's something that's being paid attention to.
What do you think has brought it back up again?
Lucky to say we've had something to do with that, but that's only because we've had help before we came along. Musicians, people who care about the music. That's why.
There was a real big boom there for a while, especially in the late '60s. You had all these people like Eric Clapton coming out and saying, you know, Buddy Guy is God, and you know, Elmore James, you know, you got to hear this guy. And the albums got released. The guys did concerts. They did like open shows for rock bands and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they disappeared again. Do you think they could?
They haven't really disappeared. It's just some of them died.
Well, I mean, just promoters weren't paying any attention anymore, though.
I mean, that sounded rude, but I don't mean it that way. Does that mean?
No.
It's a fact.
of life.
Right to the point. I mean, let's face it, Muddy went on to play in a big blues band in the sky, you know. We got to keep it going and have a new one.
What about
A lot of that could have been economics too. You know, I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people could afford, and they say, "Hey, we don't care. We're not going to have a band. You know, we don't need a band to help us do a show financially. So we're going to have these people that we really like come on, if it costs us or not." And then, and then the economics got bad where bands went out and they needed someone to support their shows. And face it, there's a lot of people that great bluesmen weren't like really economic support for big touring bands, even though they were great music.
So what happened?
Like the Stones have always done that. Well, there's been a period of time too that they didn't do it.
They went like from the blues and they started supporting like reggae stuff. And they go around from black music to black music. Mick Jagger's thing, I guess. But I mean, what, these guys just sort of stayed local then? Instead of going out around the country, the Buddy guys stayed in Chicago, or they went down to special clubs like Antone's, that type
A lot
of
of
thing?
times, yeah. They do tours over here and in Europe. A lot of times, but it's not as it's just not as well known. More of a like prestigious jazz festivals and things lately, especially. They're getting a lot of gigs at.
There's a real respect and admiration for, you know, blues in Europe. You know, it's like a lot of those artists can go over there and play a lot, and they'll really do well and are well respected. And they travel around the states, you know, to an extent. But it's like in colleges and stuff, but you know, you don't hear about it on MTV or anything. You know.
That's right. The only blues we got at MTV is you guys.
Well, we're trying to change that too. Trying to help some other people get on that. We'll do what we can.
The two promotional videos I've seen so far, you guys, have been pretty different. There was one I guess was Couldn't Stand the Weather, and the other one was...
Cold Shot?
Yeah. Pretty different.
Yeah.
Well, what made you decide to do a comedy?
Well, who would have listened to it? Who would have watched it if it was a...
It might have really blues in a serious way some people out of could have seen a, you know, seen a song that was designed on the serious side of the lyrics. I remember when we were going to do that, I was thinking, God, how can we do this song without, you know, it'd be like driving the point home like a big steak, you know. And then the guys came up with this idea. It was like make that on the light side, just turn it around, and it would.
See, when Stevie, they threw him off the building. It was really him. It really was.
That was based on true experiences, right?
No.
Oh, well.
No, my house looks like that.